Hello, welcome back. Episode 63, season 2, maybe, of the Bool Boys Pod 2.5. We are back here to talk about NBA preseason. Preseason just ended. Season starts on Tuesday. So we're going to do a preview of the NBA regular season, talk about some interesting things or topics I found interesting, and maybe do a little ranking of the divisions as we go along. But first, how are you, brothers? It's been a couple weeks, especially you, Steve, I think. Haven't seen you in a while. How you been, buddy?
Good. Just I don't even know how to describe this 1:00 window that just happened in the NFL. Your boy Bo Nix he's my fantasy quarterback for context.
Oh,
Maybe having one of the worst games I've ever seen, and I was like, I'm gonna have to move on. And then in the last 5 minutes of the game, he has like almost 40 points or 35 fantasy points. Just leads this furious Broncos comeback where they're down 26-8 with like 5:50 to go. Come back and they win the game 33-32 against the Giants. It was just I would recommend watching like highlights of it because it's something that's hard to believe. And there was a stat they floated. It was like out of the last over 1,000 instances of a team trailing by 18 points with under 6 minutes to go, no team had won. And yeah, the Broncos just like miraculously pulled this game out their ass that they really didn't deserve to win. So that was one part. And then the Cowboys beat the shit out of the Commanders, which is always
nice,
really
very nice.
Yeah.
My impression was that people were like the smart people were in on the Denver Broncos. And so on one of Bill's pods, Shriggs came over and said, like, the Denver is going to pop off. And it's like, that's
not
pretty
smart.
much.
He's not a smart guy.
Yeah,
I love Peter Schrager. Like, he's very entertaining.
He's a company line guy for sure.
There's a sideline reporter problem that an insider problem that I think is becoming very prevalent, where it's like, if somebody gives somebody access, and this is in all sports, not just NFL, I feel like
Shelburne.
What?
Ramona
has actually started to become a little more like of a real person. That comes off wrong, but she like seems to give her own opinions a lot of times now, which is appreciated. It's a good thing. But you do see it like, oh, Sean Payton gave me access to his Broncos practice, and let me tell you, those boys are flying around. They love him.
Exactly,
and it's like, all right, like you're being very propagandistic in your presentation of information. But Sean Payton's actually like the number one he's probably the person who does this the most. I feel like he gives access, so all the insiders are like in love with his team. And
yeah,
I don't know.
A lot of Kool-Aid going over there.
Broncos are a good team, though. Broncos are a good team. It's just Bo Nix is so wild, like not in a good way.
Yeah, fair. Brian, sir, how are you? You were just talking about your fantasy. I'm sorry, you're not fantasy. Your rec league basketball.
Win
a chip this year.
Good. I mean, that's the goal. Scheduled on the back-to-back for the first day, which is bullshit, especially because we didn't our team didn't even play last season, so I don't know what they're trying to do. But overall good, man.
Keep it down, Brian.
Trying to keep me down. I guess it's like life-wise. I think I'm just looking forward to going on vacation in like a month. I think I mentioned to you guys going to Japan with my cousins, so honestly kind of just low-key checked out till then to keep it real.
That's good. Yeah. I just had one general question for you guys before we get into our NBA stuff is, do you think that I was just like looking at Luka being super skinny, Shohei the other night just popping off, is LA in general having a sports moment here?
All right, Bill. No, I don't. I don't necessarily think they're having a
Luka in LA, Shohei in Dodgers, two above average NFL teams, right? And Chargers. LAFC is
Chargers are a hard sell right now.
I like the Chargers. What are you saying?
You didn't watch the game today.
I didn't know.
They were really good, and now they're just ravaged by injuries and looking pretty awful. They got murdered by your Colts, actually, who are phenomenal this year. Indiana's having a moment, actually. I do feel like Indiana. Well, you got the Colts. You have the Pacers made the finals last year. You have the Hoosiers, who are I think number 2 in the nation right now in football.
I don't want to talk about the Hoosiers.
I think Los Angeles always has its moments, though. It's not special, I feel like.
The only thing I thought would, go ahead, Brian.
I think it's to be seen if obviously I'm pulling for the Lakers, Laker fan. I'm pulling for Luka, but you just never know kind of what happens. I think that's always a floating concern with Lakers, drama essentially. So like potential drama, but I do think, it looks like, the Dodgers are, and I'm not going to say win the World Series, but they're going to the finals. And then, if the Lakers are good, I think it'll be at the very least, I think it'll be quite fun to have, 2 top leagues led by 2, pretty generational stars. So
yeah. It would have. I would have said yes if USC hadn't lost to Notre Dame yesterday. That would have.
I saw that too. Yeah. I checked USC and UCLA's games. It didn't go that well. So I was like, I didn't want to mention them.
UCLA won.
Did they? They won by 3 versus by some
Maryland.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
UCLA's having a moment after being horrible, but Los Angeles having a moment. What was the other thing you cited?
LAFC.
LAFC. They're having a moment. They look pretty strong heading into the MLS playoffs.
Yeah, I looked at all the LA teams and pretty much everyone but that.
Galaxy had like a historically bad year after winning the MLS Cup last year.
That's true, but maybe it's the what's it called, the championship slump.
I don't like them, so I was happy about it.
Fair enough. Okay, let's get into it. I had some general questions. Any thoughts on the preview, like the NBA season? Anything? Any interesting stories you've heard? Anything you want to talk about before I get into it?
Not in particular from my side.
Okay.
How's Joel Embiid gonna hold up?
They are of that ilk, very relatively straightforward. But I am curious what you guys think, because I think you all have different opinions. So let's start off. Who is the 3rd best team in the East?
Oh my God! Let me bring up this list I had.
Orlando. That's easy. It's Orlando or New York.
No, nothing. Or Detroit getting there ahead of schedule. They were they 4th last year?
Detroit was 6th, I believe, last year. 6th, okay. Yeah, 6th.
So no.
So let's just say number 1 and 2 first.
Yeah,
Cavs,
I think Knicks. One. I think Magic could be just as good, or if not better, than the Knicks.
Is this even consensus? So what is the consensus number 1? As I'm looking at
Cavs.
Would it just
be Cavs? The Cavs probably are, but you do hear some people saying, "Oh, I think the Knicks will be number 1." I could see it. I mean, Yabusele is such a good signing. I'm so angry that we didn't go after him when you see the money that he got. Instead, we went and we got Jake LaRavia, who's a fine player. Like I'm a little higher on him than a lot of people. But I think the money's fairly similar, and Yabusele's just much more valuable.
I love Jalen Brunson. I just think there is a cap. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I like him as a player, but I just think there's a cap of like the small guard, the small ball dominant guard to just be leading the league to the best, leading the team to the best team in the league. But they do have a lot of pieces. They got Cat.
There's a Tibbs offense component to why I think you're saying that about Brunson. I think in like a more free-flowing offense that Mike Brown kind of had in Sacramento, there's a way that you could see the Knicks be better offensively with the ball moving around more. I do think like you're grinding Jalen. Tibbs was grinding Jalen down.
Yeah, for sure.
With like the heavy ISO Brunson hero ball offense last year. But I do. I see what you're saying. Like I think
we enjoyed watching it. It was very hyped to watch when he was playing well. I think I remember saw a couple games with you, Brian. Like it was good watching when Jalen Brunson's going.
Yeah, I'm not hating.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying I do think there's a cap.
There's a cap of how. Yeah, I agree with. That's exactly what I agree with. Like it was really good to see and very hype. But if you're you're 6 foot, barely 6 foot guard and over is running all your offense, just physically limiting in what you can do offensively. A lot of possessions where Cat was in the corner or OG was in the corner. I think just there's a limit to that. I hope what Steve says and what Mike Brown brings fixes that.
Just to look back to what you're saying about the 3rd best team, Steve, you say the Magic. You're a Cade guy. Is there any appetite for the Pistons as the potential 3rd best team in the East?
I think Pistons finishing top 4 or 5 would be a good thing. Like They lost Beasley, who was really big for him last
That's
year.
true.
Ivy now is having he had another surgery.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to start the year. I mean, they could. Of what? The Knicks, Pistons, and Magic. Not Brunson. Cade probably has like the second or maybe even the highest ceiling.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
it's like Paolo or him, I'd say, right? Those are probably the two of those teams that have the highest ceiling going forward. Or Mobley. Mobley is probably the answer to the highest ceiling. But
there is a hidden option here. What about the Bucks?
No,
I think
I really hated the Turner move. I got to be honest.
Over playing Brook Lopez?
I don't know what I would have done, but I don't think I would have given Miles Turner all that money.
Yeah, I think they're kind of sunk. It's either going to be this team with Giannis or he's going to leave anyways. So.
Who's their third best player? Big third best podcast to start off. Third best team in the East now. Third best player on the Bucks.
Turner?
Who?
Would you say second?
So, yeah, Turner I think is the second best player. I mean, would you go Kevin Porter Jr.? Would you go Bobby Portis?
I would like Bobby Portis a lot, but it's
I don't think he's like. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I kind of agree with you, Kuz.
But he's more of a utility guy.
Kuz, yeah.
Portis is a utility
Renaissance.
Guy. He's not like a big key.
Who? Portis? Yeah,
Portis. He's a good player. He's a good player, but he's more of like a utility.
Problem.
Yeah, like you can't say like, oh, I'm super big on Portis. You know, it's like,
a lot of
he is good, but
on Giannis to create for that team. But
they have
he's the best player out of those. Best player of the three we mentioned, I would say.
Bobby? Yeah, I would say Bobby. Kuz if he's not terrible.
No, Giannis out of Cade and or Kala. Yeah,
Giannis is the best of those. Yeah, by far the best of those three players. But I'm saying on the Bucks, who's their third best player, and that's a really tough question.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. There's not a lot of point guard options here.
Kevin Porter.
About it. We talked about it last year, man. We was like, if was it Dante DiVincenzo, or
he hasn't been on the Bucks in years, I don't think.
That was for Minnesota, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We talked about it with Minnesota and Ant, how Dante was coming off as a point guard, but fair enough. So my opinion, yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll just say quickly, Brian. I would say Orlando's the safe bet, but I would actually think the Bucks have it this year. Just there's something about it. I'm always high on the Bucks, and I'm high on Giannis being a top 3 to 5 player, and what he can do individually sometimes matters more.
He hasn't made it out the first round in how many years now?
But we're not talking about the playoffs. We're talking about the regular season, Sebastian.
Yeah, but I feel like that kind of gives an indication of the ceiling of a team when you're also not making it out of the first round. He's not losing.
I don't think so. I think the regular season has become less and less departed from that. We talked about it again, like minus OKC and the highest teams. If you're in that middle group, you should have a good chance.
I mean,
the chance is not that different.
I do think that Giannis, consummate professional, he will, play to the best of his ability for the Bucks as well. I think it's just like there's this hidden factor of, this is going to be like the second year in a row, basically, of, where is Giannis going to be traded? Where does he want to go? I know they just brought on Alex Anthopoulos, I believe it was. But like ultimately, I do think it's going to be starting to hit that era of like, okay, if around the trade deadline they're not very good, then I think you're going to be hearing a lot of rustlings that Giannis is kind of wanting to leave.
I think he's gone.
If not already. Yeah, if not already. Exactly.
He's gone. Because there's no future in this team.
Dame was supposed to be it, and he's already out. He's already out, like Dame was supposed to be like the guy, I guess.
What are they paying him per year still?
Dame?
Aren't they paying him? Isn't there effectively 15 or 20 million they're still paying him on the books for the next 4 years or something? So
it's $22 million per year over the next 5 years, I believe.
Is that the stretch or what's on the cap?
Through 2030. I think that means the cap hit. I don't know what the cap hit would be.
Basically, they still have like a significant amount of money they're paying to Dame on the cap. So Giannis is severely hamstrung there. What he was saying is right. I don't think past this year, you will see
it's 22 million on the cap as well for the next 5 years.
Yeah, that's like a very solid role player. Or
it's a sixth
it's significant.
Yeah,
exactly. So anything else? I mean, I know I'm the stretch here, and I think the safe money is on Orlando. But
yeah, I'm just looking at Orlando's roster right now. I forgot they picked up Bane. Who is
that's the whole reason why.
Yeah. He's quite good. Yeah, Paolo, Franz. Yeah, that's actually quite a good roster, actually.
Suggs being hurt isn't great, but I do like the Tyus Jones addition. Like, I think
yes, I like him a lot.
I was trying to make the sneaky Pistons might be, but I think they're going to be good. But
yeah, me too.
Maybe after just comparing these rosters, I don't know if I can commit to that. I just do think that Cade is. He already had like a mini breaking out. It's like we all knew this. He was this good, but he had a pretty healthy season and played pretty phenomenally. And I think he's just going to keep on getting better, basically.
I don't love Karis LeVert. I hope like that's
does anybody
typically been one of my bigger bugaboo players in the league to watch over the years. I guess you would say.
What do you mean by bugaboo?
It's not my type of player.
I agree.
Like, I guess he's starting. He's starting for them to start the year. I guess they have no other options looking at this depth chart. But maybe Marcus Sasser gets in there. Serviceable.
So looking at these rosters also, and I'm older. Like we're older than all these teams. Like
yes, of
we'd
course.
be the true unk status, dude.
Like that.
Oh no, dude. It's fucking funny.
The Clippers are the unction team, bro.
Yeah. So just to wrap bow on this, another Bill Simmonsism. So Orlando was 41-41 last year. I think Detroit was like 44-40, whatever, 38. Yeah. So is still no Suggs, but adding Bane worth 10 wins, you think? Because I assume third place in the East will be around 50 wins.
Also, healthier team too.
They were super unlucky injury-wise last year.
Yeah.
I think that's
Franz and Paolo.
40 games. Franz also missed 40 games or something.
Last year was the double oblique injuries, right? They both had the oblique injury. It was like, what the fuck's going on here?
So all of that considered, I do think
Orlando.
You said they had 41 wins.
41. So
yeah, with all those injuries,
right?
50 games would be a lot to win, but I mean, with the addition of Bane and knock on wood, hopefully these guys are healthy. I think they could get high 40s at the very least.
When I saw the number, I was a little hesitant to say that Bane is worth 10 games, even with a healthy Jalen Suggs. But I didn't forget about Franz. I'll never forget about Franz's injury, but I did forget about Paulo's lengthy absence at the beginning of the season. And so I do think Orlando is probably the safe bet here. Detroit, I was looking for Steves to maybe say Detroit, really test him on this, but he's sticking with Orlando on this. His original OG team was Detroit. So maybe a year or two away, Sebastian. From being a significant player.
What do you mean that my original OG team? I mean, I like the Pistons the most in the conference, probably from a watching standpoint.
It was one of your teams you parroted that you knew they were good early, and you were confirmed right on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that tends to be the thing when you have players in fantasy and you're watching the team every night, you know them a little better. But
and you had Cade as well. I forgot.
Cade and Jaden until that terrorist Cole Anthony ruined the young man's life. Hopefully, Jaden makes a full recovery at some point.
That's
Cole Anthony shouldn't.
I like
Jaden
until
Jaden Ivey comes back. That's my stance. If you injure somebody severely, you should be out as long as they're out. Although I'm being a bit of a dick. Like Cole Anthony is a nice dude. He just plays in an annoying way sometimes. That fake hustle stuff.
He has nice stretches though.
He's
rosterable on fantasy every now and then for 4 games. He'll go off with 20 PPG.
It starts going horribly, and you're like, "Oh man, I lost field goal percentage for the week because I had Cole Anthony."
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the Pistons are a year or two away. Maybe Beasley can join the team some point this year when things get cleared up. That would be nice. Maybe that helps them.
Here's my next question is, are we finally done with the Heat culture? Do we have to stop hearing about them?
Yeah.
And by the way I was going to hammer this home is, can you name the Heat's backup point guard?
I'm looking at the roster right now.
Is it Drew Jones?
Terry Rozier. Is he the backup?
I was putting him as the 2. There's on their depth chart on ESPN, they had some name I had never heard
Bruce
of.
Smith, not Drew Jones. Sorry. Oh, Kasper Zakachonis is fucking awesome.
Yes, thank you, Steve. Thank you.
I'm like wildly jealous that he fell to them. I loved that guy when he was at Illinois. He's a really, really good player. He'll probably end up starting because I mean Davion's a nice player, but
I like Davion, man.
I don't know. I don't think he's like a starting point guard. I am curious about this like Norman Powell take the wheel and do what you want season, or at least until Tyler Hero comes back. I'm curious to see what he's gonna do.
I didn't even know Norman Powell got onto the Heat.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god.
But I could see it being okay. Maybe like they'll be the same as they were.
I think they're like a 40-win team.
You know, they actually do have some exciting pieces. Like Kalel Ware is pretty exciting.
Kalel Ware is pretty good.
Zakachonis is exciting. Wiggins, they have the combination of like very likable players and very unlikable players. At least
I just think not enough star power, given how good the league is right now. I mean, Bam is obviously good, but he kind of caps out. You know what I mean? As a number 2 star, I don't think he'd be your best guy.
For sure.
Yeah.
I would even argue 3rd. Yeah. Go ahead, Sips.
But they have Vlad Golden as their third string center. He was like
I was very bare roster, man.
The legend. He was like a pretty dope center on those Florida Atlantic teams that went far in the NCAA tournament. Then he played for Michigan last year, but that's pretty random. I didn't know he made an NBA roster.
Pell Larson,
Arizona player. You know, he was okay.
I'm not ringing a bell.
He was okay. They have Fontecchio. Fontecchio is a nice player. I'd probably start Fontecchio over Wiggins if I were them. That's maybe just hate, though.
My vibe on Miami was that after the LeBron era, they got by with like supreme coaching and a very motivated Jimmy Butler. And in the last year since he's left and afterwards, just the juice isn't really there. And I don't really think they should be like, I actually wouldn't be surprised if they missed the play. And that's my spicy take is they make 9 or 10 and they don't even make the playoffs.
I don't even think that's that spicy, to be completely honest.
I think they're a play-in team. I do think that's probably true. So I don't know if they make the playoffs.
The aura of Spo is not worth as many games anymore. Do you agree with that? Or is the league
without a star too?
Yeah. I'm not a big Tyler Hero. Is your main star guy. I've always
absolutely
thought
not.
Was a little bit crazy, if you want me to be honest. So
I agree.
Yeah,
he's a good story. Like the hype, hype flamethrower. I guess, yeah. Like
not.
He was drafted pretty low, wasn't he?
I don't know. The less that said.
Oh, he was 13th pick. Oh, I mean, you know, he's like he wasn't super highly scouted and shit. Like I think he's a decently good.
He made a lot of money. Good for him, but to ask him to run an offense is just a little bit ridiculous.
White boy summer, dude. I think when I think of like white boy summer, I think of Tyler Hero, dude.
100%.
With the Jack Harlow tie-in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like when I think of like people saying white boy summer, I was like, all right, that's like Tyler Hero on that shit or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be watching a lot of these games. Except for Kasper Zakachonis. I'll check in on him every once in a while. Because I did like him at Illinois.
Okay. 3 quick bites, and then any other things you want to mention on the end, just let me know, and then we can do a quick division preview. So, evaluate a successful season for the Atlanta Hawks. What would be, what were they last year? They were 6th, or
they were in the play-in.
25.
I think they were like 8th or 9th.
They were 40-42.
Successful?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of, Zach's was one person who's very high on the Hawks, like smart guy in NBA. So I was interested to see what you guys think of these Hawks.
I'm high on them. I think they're pretty good. I think the best thing about the Hawks this year is that their success isn't super dependent on Trae Young. I really like all their pieces. Trae's fine. Like I'm not saying he's a bad player, but of the interesting pieces on their team, he's probably like 5th.
Let's see.
Yeah, like Jalen Johnson is their best player.
Jalen's
Dyson,
good, obviously.
I think Dyson is a more conducive to winning player than
I
Trey.
mean, Kristaps was a pretty good pickup, barring he can stay at least decently healthy. Like that's
this is a really nice roster.
Larry
though, when
Nance?
you look at it. Nance
Look at Larry Nance go.
Hey, Larry Nance is a good contributor. Is he on the team?
He's not. No, he's
on
not.
the team. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
He's on the. He went back to the Cavs.
Oh, okay. Maybe this is outdated. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, he was on it last year, I believe, to finish the season.
Luke Kennard, more like.
I'm a big Risa Shea fan. Like I think I liked what I saw from him last year. I don't know. People are always going to hold that. Oh, he was #1 pick, but it's without context.
Still very early, also.
Well, he's never going to live up to being a #1 pick. But
Sure.
nobody in that draft was ever going to live up to being a #1 pick. I do think like he will live up to being a very productive player in this league.
I think he'll be a decent starter. That's how that.
Yeah.
Do you have a comp for me for someone who hasn't watched a lot of him? What's someone like an older NBA guy like me would know from our generation?
From your generation, from our generation, I don't know. There's a lot of these guys. I feel like Chumani Kamara is a little bit similar to Risa Shea, but that's a modern comparison.
Austin Day.
But
nah.
He had a very productive overseas career, but I don't think the NBA career.
I'm trying to think like a wiry, stretchish 4 kind of guy, 3-4. Not a great rebounder.
Ariza, I guess, is the go-to.
Yeah. I think that's.
But I think he's a little longer than Ariza was.
Looks a little more athletic than him as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked what he showed towards the end of the season last year. I've always been high on Okongwu. I think like he's pretty solid as your backup center, or even filling in for starting when Kristaps needs to rest. Luke Kennard is a nice pickup for them. Nikhil Alexander-Walker is solid for them. It's a deep team when you look at the roster. They did a good job building this team.
I think regular season, maybe Steve, you said 4. Yeah, top 5 seed I think is very feasible, and I think that would be pretty successful in the playoffs. Again, I just think it's so tough, but I think if they can get out of if they can not be in the play-in and then also get out of the first round, I would say that's like a pretty successful season.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, I
agree with that as well. But to your point, Brian, we've already listed 3. We listed Cavs, we listed Orlando, and we listed the Knicks. So that means if they're 4, they're better than Detroit. They're better than.
Yeah, I would say they're better than Detroit.
I would potentially say that. Yeah. I'd say they're right in that Detroit tier. So like that's why I say 4-5. I think that's pretty interchangeable.
That's fair. Okay. Anything else on that? I have one more quick one for both of you. I think I'll leave the Minnesota one for Siebes because he knows them best. But
okay,
Brian, forecast the Memphis Grizzlies for me. How does their season go?
Oh my God! Let me look at their
roster right now. Does Ja play more than 55 games?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me take a look at their roster. Okay, they got Ja, they got KCP. Not bad. Hey, Scottie Pippen Jr. They picked up Ty Jerome. That's right.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like him.
Triple J. Oh, man. I feel like...
Lost Bane, though. But should mention.
Lost Bane. God, man. I honestly can't see Ja playing more than... I don't know, 50 games. I think that's pretty optimistic. 55. Let's say 55. You know, when he plays, they're not a bad team. I think that's kind of the thing for me. Yeah, they're a good team. But I mean, it's always like a lot of missed games. And it's not even that just missed games. It's like a lot of missed games at inopportune times where it feels like they're just getting momentum. And it's like, okay, Ja's out for 20 games. And okay, like now they just go on like a 10-game losing streak. Dude, honestly, given just how competitive the West is, I could see them being like a lower seeded play-in team, like 9 or 10. I just think there's just too many good teams in the West. And while, you know, obviously Ja's very talented, I think Triple J is very talented. You lose Bane. You know, Ty Jerome's chill, but, you know, he's not super going to move the needle, especially with the loss of Bane. And I'm just looking at like the Western teams right now. I think like a play-in would be the goal here. I mean, just to name off some other teams that are just way better right off the rip, the Thunder, the Rockets. I think the Lakers are a lot better. I think the Nuggets are a lot better. The Wolves, you know, the Warriors, Mavs. I think the Mavs are actually going to be pretty good. So like, these are just all, you don't think so?
No, I'm not as high.
Okay. I think the Mavs are going to be pretty solid. I think they'll be better than the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they might be. Yeah.
So just naming out all those teams, like question. I think yeah, I gotta say a play-in. I'm thinking like lower seeded play-in, like 9-10 is I think my expectation.
Verdo always says if they're healthy, they play like the number 2 team in the West, and
It's true.
But it's just never going to happen anymore. But the thing is, my contention is even if they are healthy, I don't think they're number 2 this year because of things.
I don't think at
things
all.
have
I
They're
think
changed.
there's
already-
just too many good teams. There's just
They're
too many
already
good
not
teams.
healthy. They're already not
It's
healthy.
like one is going. The rest of the division is going up, and they're kind of sliding. So I just don't see it. And I'm curious, like why that. I know it's Memphis, and so they probably don't have that many free agent opportunities. But to tie yourself down with Ja and Triple J for next 3 years or 4 years, I don't know how much longer Jaws is. You have to, but like,
why would you give Jaws is the ticket seller? Like that's a business decision more so than anything else.
I mean, I also think in a vacuum, it's not that bad. Like, like Ja, had some stretches over the past couple of years, minus, getting in trouble and the injuries of like, when he is healthy, he is pretty damn good. And like they win games.
He's 26 also. Like, of course you're going to do that. It's not like he's 33.
I think in a vacuum, it's
a slight small point guard
it's
who
more
jumps a lot.
He'll figure it out.
He gets injured a lot.
I still don't think like the final chapter is written in the Ja Morant tape.
Same. I agree.
Corny, but they're already fucked with injuries though. Like Pippen's out until January. Like he's out for 3 months essentially.
Isn't Zach Edey out?
Zach Edey's out at least like 2 weeks, I think, maybe longer. Brandon Clark is also out right now.
Oh, dude, I forgot about him.
They still have Santi Aldama, so that's fine. He'll fill in at center probably. Jock Landale, who also not one of my guys, but he tries hard, I guess you can say. It's a solid team. It's just, how did Omax Prosper get on the Grizzlies? When did I miss this? Not that it really matters. I'm just like, he was supposed to be like the wing that changed the Mavericks' fortunes when they drafted him, but whatever. That's off topic. Yeah, they have a decent team. I'd say like if they finish in the 7-8 play-in, that'd be successful. Because I do think like 9-10, even maybe missing the play-in at 11 is on the table and much more realistic.
And I think partially it's an indictment on my side. It's partially an indictment of the Grizzlies, but for me, most of it just comes from I just think other teams are just a lot better.
Me too. Yeah,
I agree.
That's really what it is. It's not really.
There's been some power creep.
The Grizz is just like some of these other teams are just going to be competing better and have better kind of cohesiveness in my mind. So.
All right. Well said, Brian. I think that was a good way to wrap that one up. And then for Siebes, last question I had is, how do you think Minnesota is going to navigate the potential PG problem they might have? Conley's getting pretty old. I did not see. Is it going to be Bones Island? Is that who's going to jump in?
Nah, hell no, dude.
Then who is it?
Are you talking about Rob Dillingham?
Yeah, sorry, Rob Dillingham.
Yeah. Rob Dillingham looked good in preseason. He's who they drafted him to be that guy. Last year was rough, but everybody knows like rookie point guards, that's the steepest learning curve. I mean, Ant's going to take on more primary ball handler responsibilities this year. I think that's a given. It was already transitioning to that last year. DiVincenzo will also probably play a lot of one, maybe for like the defensive assignment, I guess you would say. And then, I mean, I don't know. People are overlooking them. I think they're being disrespected. I think they're definitely top 3 or 4 in the West. I think Terrence Shannon Jr. is phenomenal. Like, I really like that pick. I was jealous that they picked them and we didn't. Especially when you look at what we got. No offense to Dawson, but TSJ is just much better. They're a solid team.
Slide. The reason I asked is because we did talk about it. It like during the playoffs last year when Ant was playing the 1 or bringing up the ball, people were just doubling him at half court. And then what happens? Like, who's going to attack the second attack? It wasn't going to be Dante. And so I was really looking for like how are they going to solve this? Because that's how for me, you need to have the ability to play Ant off ball and on ball, have given both options, and so he can be most effective and potent offensively, especially if they're just going to stop him at halfway line, half court. So I didn't really see anything, but I haven't looked that much into Rob Dillingham. And you're saying even if he was the guy, it probably won't happen this year for him. Just as
I mean, they'll give him more of an opportunity than they did last year.
I'm just a little worried. I know they'll be like, I agree with Steve. They'll probably be a pretty good regular season team, but then when they start playing solid defensive sets in the playoffs again, I worry for Ant. And I worry for the Timberwolves. So I just wanted to see what you think. Okay, that was it. All I had. Unless you want to say anything else on Minnesota, Sebastian.
I do not.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
sure. All right, Brian. Do you want to go through the divisions really quick?
I'm down.
Okay.
Let's start with our Pacific.
Let me get
Do you
this
think
up.
Luka Magic is worth it?
Hey
Will
man,
he be number one?
I am pretty on top of. I think that we are going to be good. I truly believe it. I mean, I listened to the like the Bill Simmons podcast. I mean, what else do I expect for him to have us go under?
Yeah.
I think it was 47.5. I think like Luka, again, when they first brought in Kyrie, they kind of had a rough end to the season, and then everybody was like, oh, like what a fucking bust. And then they go to the finals next year. I think that, like you mentioned, like Luka actually genuinely looks skinnier. Like, every offseason, everybody's always in shape, but then like they get on the court and they look exactly the same. But when you look at the clips of like the FIBA and stuff, it's like he looks pretty skinny and he looks pretty zippy, dude. So I'm into it. I'm into it, man.
I was very flabbergasted when I watched that last preseason game. It was visible to me that he looks significantly like in better shape, but also younger, quicker. The shot was going up, a little more lift on the shot, and so I'm a little bit less high on the Clippers as opposed to everyone else. I saw it last year with their depth, but this year I don't. I mean, let's see. Look at their team. Congrats for Chris Paul.
Whatever, man.
Congrats for Brook Lopez, also kind of on his last legs, but the core of the team is pretty much the same.
I mean, it's gonna be a homer pick, but I do truly believe the Lakers can win the division, honestly.
Collins is the big addition for the Clippers, I think.
Yes, you're right.
It's a nice piece for Harden to have. Collins is a decent player. People kind of forgot about him because he was in Utah.
Collins and then the combination of a good coach, Ty Lue. That's generally, and depth was what previously propelled people to push or to pick the Clippers. I just think James is a year older. Kawhi is a year older. I'm not that as maybe it's because they're so anti-Laker that they have to be high on the Clippers, Brian. But I didn't see it the same way as they did.
I see it as that they're pretty like Bill Simmons and stuff.
The last pod, yeah.
I think on paper they are a good regular season team, but that's like if everything goes well for them. And we know with the Clippers things tend to not go well. I don't know. They're like not the cockroach franchise.
I'm going Lakers number one, man. I think that any concerns with Ayton, I mean, Luka has shown that any big man he plays with, it's like, dude, just like run to the basket with your hands up. And I do think that Ayton can do that at least.
Yeah.
So I see like some solid numbers out of Ayton. I do think we still have a defensive problem, but I don't know. I'm excited for what the Lakers have to bring. And I think most of it for me lies in, I think Luka is going to have kind of like a revenge season.
Steve, do you think Golden State's going to be good? Better than Clippers or Lakers?
I don't know. People are really high on them. It's
Same.
kind of
I don't get it.
I don't get
it at all.
I don't get it at all.
I mean, they're extrapolating from when they got Butler forward because they were one of the best teams record-wise when that happened, but it's just such an old team, man. Like, it really is a very, very old team.
They lost Looney, dude.
Yeah.
And then he immediately
the Warrior staple, man.
They like extrapolated everything his body could give. So it looks like he's already injured in New Orleans.
And they injected into Al Horford, basically.
There's a lot of these bigs who are getting signed and they're like being touted as like, oh, they're going to be game changers. Like Brook Lopez, the other one we mentioned earlier, and Al Horford too. And it's just like, how often does like the 40-year-old center go to a new team and actually like pop off? I feel like it's like never, ever.
I mean, it's also that both of those guys are going to teams that the whole team as a whole is pretty old. So it's not even like a team that needs vets or something like that. It's just like, oh, like one more old guy to an old team. Yeah. So like that's kind of what my concern is there.
Seeps, thoughts?
I don't know. Are we ranking the Pacific? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I think Brian's order is pretty clear. I think you will Phoenix at the bottom. Is that fair?
I think Phoenix at the bottom. I'm going Lakers, Clips.
I'm similar.
Warriors, Kings.
So
I think it's a bad division. I'll be honest, but I'll go Lakers first, Clippers second, Warriors, or maybe I don't know. They're all nobody's good. I'm not that. Lakers are probably the best, but we're not deep enough.
That is a concern.
Lakers, Warriors, Clippers. And then I don't know. Suns, Kings. Let's do that. But I don't know. I don't.
Kings. Oh, fancy. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like the Kings got a little sauce, just a little bit.
A little bit left. That's what I thought.
Yeah, they got Levine. They got Monk. Like, yeah, they got some.
But have you seen how happy the Suns are?
Okay.
All vibes, team.
All vibes.
Is I don't remember, but is. Fuck, I forgot his name. The Bucks coach still there? Mike Budenholzer? No, he got canned, right?
Yeah, it's Jordan Lott.
Okay, Jordan Lott. Okay. He just seemed perpetually checked out. But
yeah, seems to be a thing that happens when you hire a guy who's like chilling on his couch, and then it's just like, oh, you're gonna give me a bag? Okay, I'll come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like Monty is another example. Monty was far worse than Bud was. Bud seemed to care for a bit, and then was like, this is a lost cause. But yeah, that does seem to be a thing.
Okay, Southwest. Overarching question: does Houston win more than 52 games, which they won last year? That's a pretty high number for them, man. 53, 54, 55 wins.
They won 52 last year?
They did. So minus Van Fleet, add KD, right? Injured Van Fleet. Yeah.
Add Reed Shepherd.
Okay.
I think it'll be about the same.
I'll go higher, by not by much. Like, yeah, around the same.
So we all assume they're number one
in the division.
Does San Antonio have a chance for number two?
Yes,
for number two, not for number one. I don't think.
No, not for number one.
Memphis won 48 games last year somehow, despite all that. That would be a roundabout 15 more won games for San Antonio. That's a pretty significant jump.
Yeah, I think it'll happen.
15 wins, and just off the internal growth of Wemby.
Harper's really good.
Oh no.
Growth of Castle. They have.
I'll put it for 10. I'm safe for 10, but even 15.
I'm not talking about win totals. I'm saying they'll finish second in the division.
I think the Mavs might be better than the Spurs, to be honest.
I don't.
We're pretty high on the Mavs, Brian.
I think AD's pretty good, man. You know, Coop looks pretty good. You know, their team's big. Like,
okay. So AD played 51 games last year. 76 and 23, 56 and 22, 40 and 21, 36 and 20. He never plays as many games as he did 2 years ago. I expect him to miss at least 25 games.
That's fine. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Seeps, that's fine.
And if they miss AD, also people are really counting Kyrie coming back very early, dude. I don't know
I'm not counting that. I'm not counting that.
Without Kyrie, you're gonna have D'Angelo Russell running point guard, and they're gonna be a good team. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I hope Flag develops well and they don't fuck up his career. But other than that, I'm really low on the Mavs, and people are really high on them, and I just don't like anything about the roster construction.
I think I'm just interested in the AD Coop project, and I'm just looking at the team. It's like a big ass team. I don't think they're going to be very good, but I do think they potentially be better than the Spurs. That's just kind of where I'm coming from.
If Kyrie was even like close to like 1 or 2 months out from coming back, I would probably agree with Brian that I'd put them second. But without a solid, intelligent point guard to run their offense, I just don't see how they create any offense, because AD historically has not done that very well. Flag's a rookie. And you got Lively and Gafford. What is your front court creating for you? Absolutely jack shit outside of what
Lively's good. Lively's good. He he's a little better at that than Gafford. Gafford is pretty much just a rim running center and a good defender. But Clay starting on the depth chart now, I don't know how long that lasts. I do think Max Christie probably gets in there if his shot becomes more consistent.
Max.
Yeah, I liked Max too. When he was a Laker. They have an okay team. Najee Marshall's always nice. Good depth piece.
PJ Washington.
I like PJ a lot. Unfortunate that he's not starting anymore because of Anthony Davis. He deserves to start. But yeah, like they're okay. Maybe
I see it, Brian, but without Kyrie, it's not
sure,
possible. It's not possible,
sure.
And then so say the Mavs crater.
You guys are swaying me a bit. I'm kind of just comparing the rosters, and the Spurs are pretty young.
What if the Mavs are like 10 games under 500 when Kyrie is like close to coming back? Like, what's the point? Like, it wouldn't shock me. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if Kyrie's just like not back this year, especially considering how carefully he's been in the past. I don't know.
This is a very interesting division because even New Orleans in shape.
Healthy New Orleans is kind of nice, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's a big what if.
Go ahead, Brian. Give us the rundown. Houston 1. You said Dallas 2.
No, I think you guys may have swayed me with the Kyrie situation. And
I would say the safe bet.
I think it's close. I think
the safe bet is Dallas too. To be fair, like I do think that I don't feel like being safe.
No, I mean, I'm all in on Wemby training with Monks and KG and
did you see his
Hakeem? You know what I mean? So like
his step through.
Yeah, pretty disgusting. Dude.
His step through from like
the 3-point line,
basically from the 3-point line.
Yeah, like, dude, I don't know, man.
That doesn't seem like it should be humanly possible.
Yeah. So I could put the Spurs. Yeah, I'd put the Spurs there. Mavs.
Grizz, Saints. Oh, sorry, Pelicans.
The Saints. Yeah, the Saints have decided to start playing basketball.
I do think so.
I agree with Brian on that. I got a pretty sizable increase from Wemby and Spurs, but I don't think they hit 50 or get close to 50 games. I think it'd be like 46, 47 wins, and that'll be enough for second. Dallas will be around 45, and Memphis has a down year at like 500.
It's not even like Wemby with the step through and stuff. He looks stronger. I mean, there's a couple plays in the season where he's like bullying people like Shaq or some shit, and you're just like, dude, what the fuck? So I'm pretty high on the Wemby situation.
Seeps?
Yeah. No, I'd probably go Rockets, Spurs, Mavs, I guess. New Orleans and Memphis, or Memphis, New Orleans, maybe. That's the safe way to go. I'm hoping New Orleans surprises people.
So we're all pretty in alignment there. Northwest Division. Does Denver challenge OKC, or do they run away with it again?
I don't think so, man.
I don't think Denver prioritizes that, so no. I unless OKC gets hurt, then I think they probably win the most games in the division.
People are pretty happy with the Denver roster moves, and so they thought it would translate to regular season success. Maybe less of a load on Jokic. They won 50 games last year. Minnesota won 49.
I don't think more than the Thunder, man. I think the Thunder's just really deep.
That's fair. Yeah, so if you expect OKC to get into the 60s, do you also expect Denver to get into high 50s, or they
like mid? Yeah, I agree with Siebes. Like, I don't think it's like a huge priority to be like super high. Maybe
I think they'd like to be number 2 seed.
Exactly. I was going to say like a top 3-4 seed, probably 3 for sure. But I still think that OKC still has like that, young, fresh off the chip. Everybody's so young. Like, I think they'll still be kind of like gunning for that.
How many wins does Minnesota finish with, Sebastian?
I don't know. What did you say last year? 49. I'll go 49.
49 again. Okay, so they're third place again for you. They don't overtake Denver this year.
No, I don't think so. I think Denver is a better team.
Okay, and then the last two are pretty straightforward. I think Portland will be significantly better than Utah.
Hanson Yang, bro.
Young Hansen.
Yeah. Sorry. He looks good, man. He looks good.
Yeah, he's actually like giving me a reason to want to watch them.
Yeah, he looks good, man.
No
Shout
Scoot
out,
early in the year, so maybe they'll be
shout
a
out
little
the
more
Asian
fun to watch.
homies. Shout out
Yeah.
all my Asian homies. He looks pretty good.
They just before we started this pod, they extended both Shaden Sharp and Kamara, so they should have the same team around. I don't know what that symbolizes for the future of young Sterling Henderson.
Hey, we didn't even mention Dame's back, dude.
That's
Not
true.
this next year, though.
Dame time's back. Yeah.
26, 27. He's just there to mentor people this year, which I could see being kind of funny.
The spirit. He's the spirit of Portland, dude.
Yeah.
He's the Portland goat, basically. Oh no, he's not. He's not.
He's
There's
like
go-
the third best player
there's
in
go
franchise
on.
history.
Yeah. There's like the long. So definitely.
Clyde
not,
Drexler
actually.
also above him.
Yeah. That's actually right. Never mind.
No, but we had to all pretend he was the best player in franchise history when he was getting traded 2 summers ago. It was like, oh, the Blazers are finally moving on from the best player. And it was like, Jesus, oh my God. I got pretty angry at that. It's like, how dare you disrespect the late, great, one and only Bill Walton.
Yep. Rest in peace. I echo all what you were saying. I got OKC won by a significant margin.
I do.
Denver ahead of Minnesota, and then Portland significantly ahead of Utah, who would probably figures to me to be one of the worst, probably the worst team in the league.
I don't agree with that, but I think they'll be fun to watch. I liked watching them last year when they were tanking, actually. They have some pretty good pieces, but I'm looking at their depth chart now, and this is rather funny. They have Collier as the starter at point guard, which I think is probably accurate. But then at shooting guard, it just doesn't have a starter. It's like Bryce Sensabaugh second string, but there's no starter listed. I don't know how they figured that out. And Nurkic is on this team. That's good for him.
I'm interested to see how Ace Bailey will develop. I think he's going to have.
Ace Bailey's the starter. That must be why. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's so very weird.
But didn't he play 3?
I guess Taylor Hendricks is the 3. Is this old? Because why is this? Did CBS Sports just be like, yeah, fuck the Jazz. We're not going to.
Not here worth the time.
It's Svi Mikhailuk.
Yeah.
That's the guy, dude.
Homie.
Svi was a nice player. Yeah, I liked watching them last year. Walker Kessler's still there. Kyle Filipowski's there.
Brian's guy, dude.
Yeah.
I love Walker Kessler, man. He's good.
So I said Utah would be the worst team. You said you disagreed. Do you think it'll be Washington?
Yes.
Okay, let's move to that division.
Yeah.
Central. Cleveland figures to win 60-plus games. Do you agree?
Probably.
Yeah, high 50s, something like that.
Indiana should regress to be worse than the Bucks.
No, I would say I think
Really?
the Pacers are going to surprise people and be good.
Really?
Yeah,
So you
there's
have
like
Pacers at 2. They won 50 last year. How many did they win this
I have
year?
Detroit probably at 2, and then Pacers after that.
I would go. I would go Detroit and then Bucks.
No, I'll put the Bucks 4th.
So
I think Pacers will
difference
fall.
of opinion. And then Chicago tried to get very close to the play-in or get in the play-in and then not get in at 39 and 43.
I will say this about the Bulls. At least they were like fun last year to watch. They gave their fans something to be irresponsibly hopeful about.
Yes, that's a good way to put it, Sebastian.
What's that? The guy's name? The commentator Stacey King. He was like, "Bulls fans, how do you not love your team?" And then like there were like some kind of what's the nice way to say this? Like they were just they were very Stacey, we love this team, but then there were a lot of like realist Chicago fans who were like, yeah, we love being in cap hell with a very mediocre team. And we were like, I don't like this type of response.
What are you saying, man?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they're okay.
Is it too spicy to say that I think the Bulls are going to be better than the Pacers?
They could be. I could see the Bulls being better than the Bucks.
I think without Tyrese, this is a tough sell.
It's a very interesting situation for sure.
But Pascal potential had the pendulum swung a little different, we would be talking about first ballot Hall of Famer Pascal Siakam, dude.
He still can get there.
So maybe I am.
Just as a side note, that starting 5, like opening 10 minutes, it was like hard for me to watch. I was like, I don't want to. Why are you starting off with this shit, dude? Like, this is like one of the worst memories I could ever. I'm not even a Pacers fan, and I'm still angry about how that ended. Maybe
Just
that
for context, Ashwin, the first 10 minutes of starting five is like the end of the playoffs where
Game 7 finals.
Yeah, Tyrese, tears his Achilles or whatever.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, dude, like, but maybe that's why I'm just not looking forward to the season as much as I have in the past, because it ended on such a bitter note with an undeserving champion.
I don't know why, but I'm still unreasonably high in Milwaukee. Nothing you guys have said like about the Pacers, Detroit, or Chicago makes me think that
Kobe was a top 5 player in the league, and we were like an 8 seed, and we missed the playoffs at one point too.
Yeah, but it's different. He's a center who can do everything. It's a different position.
Giannis isn't a center though.
What do you want to call him, Sebastian? A power
forward? He's a 4.
Point forward.
Yeah, it's like a 4.
Oh.
He's a weird positionless player because people will call him a center. They'll call him all sorts of things. And I'm still stuck in when he was a 3, like now he's probably a 4, but
I'm willing to look stupid on this. I know I might in 3 months in, and when Turner gets out like hurt for the season and it's just Giannis putting up really good stats on a shitty team, I might regret it. But
I'll go Carlisle over Doc Rivers any day.
That's true. You shouldn't have said that.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
That's a pretty good point.
So I got Cleveland, Milwaukee.
Also, this
Detroit,
is a really
Indiana.
solid team. Nemhard, if he plays like he does in the playoffs, he'll be fine. I mean, he's not going to be Tyrese, but he'll be a good player. McConnell is a good backup. Ben Shepherd can take a leap. Matherin's like the favorite to be the most improved player betting wise. I'm a huge Neesmith fan. I've always liked Isaiah Jackson. I'm hopefully he can stay healthy. And yeah,
this is a team that from the fantasy perspective, I feel like there's a lot of crumbs to be had in the vacuum of Tyrese Halliburton. Okay, enough on that division. Unless anything else you guys want to say. There's 2 more, and then we'll wrap it up. So I kind of glazed over. I'm sorry, the Southeast Division: Orlando, Atlanta, Miami, Charlotte, Washington. That's what they have right now. Do you see it any differently? I think this one is actually fairly straightforward.
Yeah,
that sounds about right to me. I'm hoping the Hornets show better than something. The Heat. Yeah, I hope, but I'm not sure I really believe.
So you said what? Orlando,
it's
Miami,
20-game
Washington.
Jump, right? Sorry?
Yeah, but LaMelo was out for a lot of the games.
He always is. Orlando, Atlanta, Miami, Charlotte, Washington is the order. Is that what you said?
That's what I have, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I think that's fine. But yeah, my hope is that
we
Charlotte
hope, man.
We all hope. I'm done with the Heat too, yeah.
LaMelo was so hurt. It's not like the frustrating thing with LaMelo is like it's like, oh, like every day he's day to day, and like it's like sometimes he'll play and sometimes he won't, and then it's just like I can't. So if you recall, I traded him for fucking Zion. Because Zion was a more reliable health bet. That's how crazy. Bad it got with LaMelo.
Well, like, do they have any incentive to really try hard this year?
Yeah, man, they probably do because they're a young team, and just losing isn't good for young teams. Like, I actually think
that's the common sense approach. But the alternative is let's get another lottery pick in.
So we can get a lottery pick center because that's the only piece that's not a lottery pick at this point on the
team. Yeah, I suppose so.
I like Diabate, and I think Kalkbrenner is like a decent rookie 2nd-round pick as a center, but I don't know, future Olympian Concanipple.
Yeah.
Simmons has been gassing him up. I like Concanipple. I think he's been a little bit over the top, but every team, when you look at the roster, it's like they have chill players. Like Trey Mann's nice.
Yeah.
Sexton's chill, although he shrunk 3 inches. I don't know if you saw that story. They like remeasured him without his hair, or pushed down on his hair, and I guess that they were measuring with his hair before. So they took 3 inches off of his listed height. So he went from 6'3" to 6 feet.
That's crazy. That's actually like huge.
I mean, he's been a good player at 6 foot, so it doesn't really matter. But it's really funny
that's
that
significant change of like stature.
You go from like a good size guard to like small guard.
Yeah, they're small.
Undersized. To go undersized.
Yeah. Like,
I am curious, like if I see him on the court this year when I'm watching Hornets games, I'm be like, oh, he's really small. Whereas before, I just was like, oh yeah, he's like normal sized.
Fair enough. All right, let's wrap it up. Taking enough of your guys' time. The final division, Atlantic. Boston, New York, Toronto, Brooklyn, Philadelphia. That's the order they currently have. I think it's pretty true.
New York.
And also pretty straightforward.
Honestly,
Boston? Oh, sorry. I totally forgot about Boston.
New York, Boston. I think Boston's actually going to be fine. I don't think they're going to be good, but I think they picked up Anthony Simons. I think Jaylen Brown, he can show that he's a really good player, which I do think he is.
Is Jaylen a first-round pick for you this year?
No. But probably not as low as I would have in other years for sure. And then I'd go Sixers, Raptors, Nets.
So this is the most difficult division to project probably because we all know why. Because of the Sixers.
Yeah.
Because there's a world where I think the Knicks are probably the clear number one.
Yeah, I'd say for sure.
I'll go Sixers too. Because
really? Okay.
Yeah, because I'd like to see them be healthy and have Joel maybe have like one last respect.
I think I just don't believe anymore. That's unfortunate.
I'll do two because I'll do two. Boston will be 3. People are somewhat high on Toronto. Their over-unders was way higher than I would have put it. But I guess you probably would say they're 4. Yeah, right. They're 4. And then yeah, the Nets might end up being the worst team in the league, although I'm hoping they're not too bad. Maybe Michael
led by MPJ after a great off season of many quotables from
podcast tour.
Podcast less.
There's
MPJ, dude.
There's like a undercurrent that this could be like if they started televising these games on like what's that channel called? Newsmax. I feel like they would do numbers.
That's so funny.
Like they have a lot of players who I feel like people who watch. One America? One America, is that the one? OAN, the One America Network. I feel like if they started televising these games, I think there's a lot of players on this team that crowd would really like. I'm not going to name names, but I think you can probably take a look and guess who.
I have Knicks 1.
Yeah. Your face is frozen and you just look cash. Yeah, I just took a screenshot. Yeah.
Oh no, it was super chill. Ashton was taking a nap and giving us great insight while sleeping.
I don't know why it didn't work, but okay.
I'll drop it in the chat. Yeah. Okay, what were you saying, Ash?
I was going to say something about my rankings, but I think it's irrelevant now.
Just say it.
I went on a Nets rant.
Knicks 1. Boston 2, Philly 3, Toronto 4, Brooklyn 5.
Yeah, that's exactly what I have.
That's probably the safer bet. I'm giving the benefit.
You believe in Joel?
He looks healthy, bro. He looks skinny.
I mean, in a world where Paul George doesn't play like shit,
Paul George is a problem. Paul George is a problem. I'm really high on Edgecombe, and I've been high on him since before he
played very well in the preseason.
The reason I'm high on him is not because of what he did at Baylor. I just remember when the Bahamas went on that like run where they almost qualified for the Olympics. There were like games where he like stood out as like the best player. And I was like, oh man, like who is this dude? And then I looked at him, he was like 17 years old. And it was like, oh, what the fuck, dude? This guy's phenomenal. So yeah, I like.
I would love to see one more great Embiid season, but I don't know if I believe.
I mean, yeah, Maxey.
He's also been very unlucky. Let's be real.
A lineup of like Maxey, McCain, although I don't how McCain's out for a long time. I know.
I think a couple months at least. Yeah, okay. I don't think it's like crazy long. I think it's just like a couple months.
Yeah, you get Maxey, McCain, Edgecombe, Oubre, and Embiid. I feel like that's a pretty dank lineup.
It's a solid lineup.
And Turkish great Adembona.
I think Jared McCain is good. Like I actually think he's a pretty good player.
So yeah, I was devastated when he got hurt last year because he was like waiver wire pickup of the year, and then it was like, oh,
I actually remember.
I heard the Sixers are like experimenting with playing Adembona and Embiid together. I don't know why they're doing that, but Adembona's nice. I liked him a lot when he was in college, and he played pretty well last year for him.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Boston at 2, but I'm enticed by...
Is it fair to say the Sixers have the highest ceiling, or second highest ceiling in the division, though?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
For sure.
It's
Yeah,
just
for
so...
sure.
It's just so contingent on...
I'll be optimistic.
On Embiid.
I would like to be, because I like Brian, I don't like seeing players just like crumble into nothing from injuries, but I'm completely out on Philly. I don't think it's possible. They'll try for half the season and then it won't work the other half. That's my read. All right, that concludes a brief NBA preview starting on Tuesday, like we said. I do have a related bust if anyone wants to hear related to basketball. I'm just going to complain a little bit.
Sure.
So I started playing 5-on-5 again at LA Fitness after my 2 injuries. And yesterday there was a bunch of Korean Lutheran kids, those from down the street.
Korean Lutheran, not Korean Lutheran.
Also, but they are probably Korean. So Korean.
Changed the context. I was confused.
Yeah. But I don't know what, but I've noticed that like they do this thing where they try to pick the teams. And it doesn't make any sense to me. How I understood it always is that the winners get to pick up players if they lose players, or like the winners get to sit outside and they keep their team. But this guy was trying to like make his team for every single version. We played 3s, we played 4s, we played 5s, and like each version we'd won. So we should have been able to pick up the new player, right? And each time they were like trying to rearrange the teams so that the losers could pick up the best player. It didn't make any sense to me. It was like so backwards. And then second to that is I got looked off by a Korean Lutheran freshman in point guard. I was like asking for the ball on the inbound and he looked me off. He like looked at me, went the other direction, and I got irate, dude. Like this guy was like, okay, yes, I had a lot of turnovers, but it was like one of those. It's the good turnovers, Brian. When like I pass to them and they just don't catch the ball. It's not my fault. Like
why are you putting so much mustard on your passes, bro?
Yeah. Well, he looked me off, and then I had already like it was not a high quality game, and so I had scored most of our points, and I'm like, bro, how can you look me off when I have majority of our points? It didn't make any sense to me. And that in conjunction with the shitty attitude with picking the teams, I'm just out on this next generation of ballers. They don't understand how to play ball. There are rules that you have to follow. See,
sounds like you didn't pass the Simmons test of, is this guy fun to play with?
Please, if there's one, please, you guys know me. That's insulting.
Might have to go poll these players and see. Was this guy fun to play with?
I can't even believe you're asking that, Sebastian. If there's one thing I am, it is fun to play with. Come on, dude. Anybody who's played with me in the history of like me playing basketball knows that. But yeah, I was very upset playing basketball yesterday.
Where was this at?
LA Fit, dude.
Oh, for sure.
The standard rules: you win, you pick up; you lose, you're off the court. Like, just get off the court. I don't know. I just had to throw that in because it was related. Yeah.
The winner can pick up a player from the loser team, though, if they lose a player, though. Yes, that's correct.
Correct, but they were not allowing me to do that. I wanted to pick up someone in there from the losing team.
What if did they not want to be on your team?
No, like the guy was fine. He's like, I don't care. I wanted to pick him up. He was a big guy, and like they're like, no, you can't have him. Like, dude, that's not how it works. The winner's pick. All right, fair enough. Anything you guys want to get off your chest really quick, or we can wrap it up? I don't want to be the only guy booled and busted.
The only thing is, the back-to-back, the basketball, tiring. It's getting old. I think it's the first crack. It's like,
what's your recovery time on these games, Brian?
They're decently competitive. They're like 40 minutes. They're running clocks, so it's not too crazy. But some of our, I'd say my cardio is still pretty good, but my body is not as used to kind of like exploding like in basketball, like in a competitive sense. So the game was on Thursday. Friday I was pretty fucking sore and like feeling pretty bad, honestly. And then Saturday I felt kind of okay. And then today's Sunday I feel fine. But
that was my observation as I'm getting back into it. It astounded me that like we used to go to LA Fitness and play 4 or 5 times a week, and for many hours, like 2 or 3 hours, and now I probably cannot do back-to-back days. I would say it's probably pretty tough to do like a Monday, Tuesday 2-hour b-ball session.
Not possible.
Sad to say. It's sad to say. Steve, anything?
No, just riding the hype of the day of football. That's as we
both footballs, by the way. It was a great day for Arsenal too.
Yeah, great day for us. Great weekend for Arsenal. Very bad day for Celtic. Very bad time for Celtic. But I wasn't awake for it, thankfully. Just woke up to a score of us losing somehow to fucking Dundee. Awful team right now.
But you are first.
Draws,
right?
No, we're second by 5 points. Hearts are first.
Oh, damn.
Rangers are fucking horrible, and we're bad, but we're second. We're at 17. They're at 22. Rangers are at like 9 points through 8 matches, or 8 points through 9 matches. It's like rather hilarious, but then we end up following them up with just another shit performance. But yeah, good weekend for Arsenal. Bad weekend for USC. Good weekend for the Cowboys, and good weekend for the Seahawks. So I guess on the net, it's a positive. We'll take it.
No, very good. Just going forward, I know everyone's very busy, so I still want to do this, but I can't say it'll be every week or every other week. But anytime you guys can, I will love to have you and continue to do this through the season. So I appreciate your time as always.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll be in touch. See you next time.
Good luck on the draft tomorrow, boys.
Yeah. I need to do my prep. That reminds me. Okay.
Me too.
All right. Best of luck to you, gentlemen, tomorrow. Take care.
Peace.
Peace.